All right, everyone. We are here with Ahmad. Ahmad joined our program about what would you say, like 3, 4 months ago?
It was in November.
November, yeah. So back in November, got your property and launched it up out there in Florida. And within the first week, you got about 13K in bookings, which is insane. So before we jump into any of that, just want to start off like introducing yourself. What do you do? How'd you hear about us? And what's your experience been like?
Yeah. So I actually just graduated college back in May. Um,
Nice.
yeah, so I'm 22 right now. I just graduated back in May. I work at Amex actually. I'm product manager.
Mhm.
Um, so my job is fully remote. I work from home. I just attend meetings all day. So I definitely wanted to do something else on the side because I felt like I had some extra time to be able to do something. And Airbnb has definitely been the thing that I've been wanting to do for the past few years. I've been wanting
Mhm.
to do this, but never the rental arbitrage method. I was wanting to buy a property because I just felt safer that way. The only reason I went through with this was because I saw your guys' program, and I actually believed, like, from seeing other people going through the program and their success stories, and what you guys offer, it was different from anything else I've seen. So I felt like your guys was actually like legit, and it would actually work. So this is the only reason I went into rental arbitrage was because of your guys' program. So initially I went in with you guys, um, and then we went through the property search, which honestly went super great. The whole time, your team was super responsive. Any questions I had, they answer it super quickly. Any accommodations, anything I wanted to have altered, they would just, help out in any way I asked. So the whole process was super smooth, honestly. There wasn't really any time where I started feeling like, oh man, like I don't know if this was the right idea, or I didn't really have any regrets. And obviously I still don't because it's been the first week and it's going pretty well. So yeah, so far so good, honestly. It's been
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I mean, to talk about our customer, customer success. It's great hearing it from someone coming from Amex because I know I have Amex and they have amazing customer success. So that's great to hear. But yeah, prior to you joining our program, like, did you try, any other programs out there? Did you invest into anything else, or was this like your very first one?
Yeah, so no. Like I said, I didn't trust really any other of those programs. Those other programs, I felt it was more of just like strictly just them trying to sell you a course or coaching in a way of, hey, I made this much money. Try to do what I do, you can do the same. But this one, I felt like it was different. Not only do they actually find you a property, but they give you steps along every step of the way. They give you resources. Okay, here's what you want to do here. Here's what you want to do here. And at first I was like, oh, the course that comes along with this probably won't be super useful, but it was actually like super useful. Like the course, like, I was skeptical at first, obviously, but no, the course actually had a bunch of resources that I was using and that I did use to get to where I am today. And now that I think about it, if I did first, like, if I did happen to have a bunch of money and I actually bought a house and I didn't use you guys and I did an Airbnb on my own, there's no way I would have done it the correct way. I would have went through a bunch of mistakes. I would have failed a bunch of times before I would have figured out the correct way. You guys honestly just speed track all of that. Y'all did all the mistakes for me pretty much. And yeah, so no, that was honestly fantastic. Like every course with, how to furnish, pricing, all of that was super, super helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny how you talk about that, like all the other programs, like they just give you a course, they teach you how to do it. Number one, the problem with that is it's not as easy as people think it is, right? Like you could do it, but you're not going to do it the right way. On top of that, our program, like we find the property for you, do all that research, we get all of your mistakes out of the way. And then on top of that, we plug you in with our course and our strategy. And it's essentially the same price, and you're guaranteed to get a property. So it's like almost like a no brainer, but for some people, like great, they want to do the course route, not a problem at all. But with you, just like what you were saying is like, even if you bought a home and you tried to do it yourself without our info, like it'd still be really hard, right? Like, talk to us about the time I think JR messaged you and was like, hey, like, let me see your pricing. And we did a couple tweaks. And then what were like, I know you did 13K in a week, but what were the amounts off the top of your head for like the bookings and how many days? I think you had one for like $600 a night or
Yeah,
something like that.
I think I think three separate bookings of 3 nights each, about 600 a night each of those. So
Yeah.
yeah, 3 of those. I got one booking that was 1,800 a night for 2 nights.
$1,800 for 2 nights.
And yeah, and then I also got one in the middle of March. Like actually, it was my first ever booking, middle of March, random booking, and it was pretty solid price, like $400 a night,
Yeah.
for like weekdays, not even weekends. So honestly, every single one of my bookings has been pretty solid pricing. You know, except like I had a last minute stay who they're actually staying right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I'll take that. You know, better than
Absolutely. Now you did 13K in bookings your very first week of launching.
yep.
What is your rent?
My rent is $2,500 a month.
That is insane, and it's because you're in Tallahassee, Florida, which a lot of people are like. I'm sure for you too, right? You're like Tallahassee, Florida. Like some people are kind of scared of those like hidden markets, but you know, we talked about it, and I was like, yeah, man, like those hidden markets. If you're the first one there and you like nail it down, you could do a really great job, and you're kind of seeing the benefits of that right now, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I was still scared. I mean, you guys saw like I was messaging y'all, even when I was like, you know, setting up the property, I was like, man, like Tallahassee, like, well, you know, this is not popping because I'm from Houston. I live in a big city, so it's weird. So, but you know, I put in that extra effort to make sure that my property would be the best property there, especially because it's a smaller area. The competition wasn't as strong as these other top markets. So I just put in that extra effort, invest a little bit more into the property to make it really nice. And
Yeah.
I now that's what's really paying off. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. How would you say like the pricing strategies, the design strategies, our criteria searches? How would you say like that has played a part into your success?
Yeah. So, you know, number one, pricing. I think that is the number one thing. Without your guys' pricing strategies, there's, you know, I would be getting like probably half the amount of bookings.
Yeah.
The pricing strategies that you guys use are constantly changing as well. It's not like a set thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like oh, here's the pricing strategy, use this. It's like constantly changing, and it just depends on everybody's property is different.
Mhm.
Using that, and then also talking with you guys because you know, we're able to talk to each other pretty much whenever we want. Um, I'm able to alter my pricing strategy based on that. And that's really helped, I think, a lot because now compared to all the other pricing of all the other homes there, their pricing is like way out of whack and they're not getting bookings. And I just got posted. I'm getting bookings in February when they have nothing. So it's like, you know, it's really showing on that end. And then the design aspect. So the design aspect, I looked at your guys' furnishings of your interior design team of how you designed a lot of your homes.
Nice hack.
Literally, my sister actually designed my home. She's pretty good at designing. So I had her. Luckily, you know, she flew out with me and she did the whole thing. You know, she just took my card and just swiped for everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, so she designed my home, but I really based it off a lot of your designs of the interior designers, and then I looked at, you know, some of the places that you guys have designed, the extra things that you have done, making it, you know, better. Like one of them I saw you had like that basketball game, you know, this here, just adding like those additional things that you don't need to have in the house,
Yeah.
but you know, it's good for the pictures. So I think that's what I did, and that's what really helped because I got a lot of money shots doing that. And yeah, so I think that's been huge.
Yeah, this is the best part about all of this while you're telling the story. I mean, I talk about it all the time. I even made a post the other day. I was like, it's not about the location, it's not about the comps, not about the pricing and all that stuff. What the main sole foundation of everything is like the entrepreneur and like investor behind it. And what you're saying, everything you're saying and showing is like you got into our program, you absorbed all of the info, and then you went on to go and execute it. Because you know, the property that we sent you, there's probably a couple other people that denied that property. Like, Tallahassee, I don't know, like, I don't want it. But you were like, no, I'm going to take this property on. You know, I am a little bit nervous, but everybody's nervous. I'm going to make sure the design is nice. I'm going to browse around, look at the designs and kind of make my own. And then I'm going to make sure the pricing is really good. And, you know, all of those combined, it's like very hard to beat. So that's a testament to you of like all of the work that you've done. You finally put it together and it's paying off now. But you know, after going through the whole entire journey, our program, the search, getting your property, designing it, now launching, doing $13,000 your very first week. Looking back, what you were kind of like iffy about our program. What would you say to someone that's like on the fence or in the same shoes as you prior to joining? Like, what would you say to them that's thinking about joining our program?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I would say to them, it just depends if you are really serious about it, you know? So like you just said, it's based on the person behind it.
Yeah.
So it's not just gonna be, you know, just like a here's 13K one week or here's this much. It's not gonna,
Yeah. Hand
you
it
know,
on a plate.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to put in, you know, a little bit of work. But if you honestly just use the resources that they give you and you use it correctly, like you just read through all of that and actually take it in instead of, you know, trying to be stubborn and be like, no, I already know how I want to do it. I have my own way. You know, these guys do it this way, but no, I'm, you know, if you just use their resources, they've done it. They've had mistakes. They've failed. So they've got to this point. We don't have to do that. So it would be stupid to not use their resources. So I think if you just actually submerge yourself in the program, use everything that is given to you, ask questions. I asked a lot of questions. I might have asked too many questions. You know, sometimes when
Nah, you asked a lot of questions. We love it.
yeah. So honestly, just being a part of the program, talking to the community, asking other people within the community questions since they're already up and going. I think just using every part of the program that you can, and then putting in that extra, you know, 110% effort, then you'll be great.
Yeah,
I
absolutely, man. And the best part is, you said it right when you opened up the convo. You're like, I just graduated college like back in May.
yeah,
And you started this job. Now you're having Airbnb. So like I can almost imagine how much you're supplementing your income. What is the goal for Ahmad?
yeah. I mean, obviously it's only been 1 week since I've been up, but you know, if it stays on this path and it keeps doing this, I mean, I want to keep popping them up.
Yeah.
You know, I have a little bit of a goal in my mind right now that if it stays the way that it's going right now, maybe by like honestly August, I pop another one up.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I want. I mean, why not? Like it's working. Why would I stop? You know, it's
Yeah.
just stop. So yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, appreciate you jumping on. Congratulations on all your success. I'm excited to see your journey going along the way. Yeah, so appreciate it, Ahmad. Thanks for joining, and we'll chat soon.
Yep. Thank you.